There was once a place where the knowledge of the world gathered, not scattered across continents, not hidden in private collections, but concentrated in a single location. A place built with one ambition: to collect every book ever written. Welcome to Mysterious Encounters. This place was called the Library of Alexandria, and for centuries, it was the greatest center of knowledge the world had ever known. Founded in ancient Egypt during the reign of the Ptolemaic dynasty, the Library of Alexandria was not just a building filled with scrolls. It was part of a larger institution known as the Mauschin, a temple dedicated to the Muses. Inside its halls, scholars from across the known world gathered to study mathematics, astronomy, medicine, philosophy, engineering, and literature. Ships entering the port of Alexandria were searched for books. If a scroll was discovered, it was taken to the library where scribes would copy it. The copy would be returned to the ship. The original remained in Alexandria. Over time, the collection grew to hundreds of thousands of scrolls, perhaps more. Some of the greatest minds of the ancient world worked within its walls. Mathematicians who calculated the circumference of the earth, astronomers who studied the motion of the stars, engineers who designed machines centuries ahead of their time. Within those scrolls existed ideas that shaped science, philosophy, and history. But then, something happened. At some point in history, the knowledge began to disappear. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria is one of the most debated mysteries in ancient history. Contrary to popular belief, there may not have been a single catastrophic fire. Instead, the library may have been destroyed gradually, through multiple events over centuries. One story places the first damage during the Roman Civil War of Julius Caesar in 48 BCE. When Caesar's forces set fire to ships in the harbor, flames may have spread to nearby storehouses containing scrolls. Other accounts describe later attacks during periods of political and religious conflict. As empires rose and fell, the library slowly declined. Buildings deteriorated. Scholars left. Collections were scattered or destroyed. Eventually, the institution that once held the intellectual treasury of the ancient world faded into history. What exactly was lost remains one of the greatest unanswered questions in human civilization. Historians estimate the library may have held hundreds of thousands of texts, works from Greek philosophers, Egyptian records, Babylonian astronomy, mathematics from India, stories, maps, discoveries, experiments. Entire fields of knowledge may have existed within those scrolls. Some historians argue that the loss of the library delayed scientific progress for centuries. Others believe much of its knowledge survived indirectly through later civilizations. But one thing remains certain: when the Library of Alexandria disappeared, humanity lost something profound. Not just books, but a symbol of humanity's desire to collect, understand, and preserve knowledge. Today, the story of Alexandria remains a reminder. Civilizations rise, civilizations fall, but knowledge, if it is not protected, can vanish with them. The question is not only what was lost, but how many ideas, discoveries, and possibilities disappeared before the world ever had the chance to understand them, because somewhere in the ashes of Alexandria, there may have been knowledge that humanity is still trying to rediscover today.